Hi everybody, Dr. Chris here, and thank you so much for joining me again today. Today's going to be a special treat. We're going to talk about two specific case studies of people that have come into my office and seen absolutely tremendous results, and you get a little bit of the flavor of the different types of people that see tremendous benefit. I might even add in a third case study as we get going here. All right, first one that we're going to talk about is actually a buddy of mine. Now, I want you to picture this type of a frame, okay, where you're 6'4" and 135 pounds. If you can picture that person, we're basically looking at a toothpick, okay? Very, very small frame, and he's 45 years old in my office. He's talking about how back in his college days, he would take weight gainers, he'd lift his butt off in the gym, and just couldn't change his body. He couldn't put anything on. Incredibly frustrating. And I told him there's no question in my mind we're going to create some of the results that he's looking for. And he he trusted me because we've worked together in a doctor-patient relationship. And he said, you know what? It's worth a try, especially since I can do this in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes a week. What the heck? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. So we did. And what he saw was a scenario where he put on 1 pound a week of muscle for 12 weeks straight. All right. He came into the office at that 12th week, and he's came off the scale. He's so excited. He's jumping up and down. He's like, my wife can't even, but she's like, you look amazing. She really likes the way his body looks now. He's just so excited. Pretty sure that it did some good things for their sex life. And, it's just absolutely phenomenal when you can take somebody and add 12 pounds of muscle over any period of time. In this particular case, in 12 weeks, he put on 12 pounds of muscle when he was taking weight gainers and lifting like crazy and hadn't had those results before. Even in his 20s, he didn't have those kind of results. Now he's getting those results when he's 45 years old. All right. From a physiology standpoint, you'd start thinking, well, he doesn't have the same level of growth hormone, doesn't have the same level of testosterone, and he wasn't using any, drugs. He wasn't taking testosterone or growth hormone. This was just eating the same way that he was across the board and lifting this particular way using the Peak Fit Pro and the master formula for reaching your genetic potential. Okay, there's a very specific program that we're going to talk about that he followed that actually allowed him to do that. All right, so that's one particular case. His numbers I'm actually going to have down below for you so you can actually see his progression over that period of time. The next case study is actually a really exciting one for me. I've got another patient. She's 55 years old, and a few years ago, she had competed in a half Ironman, the Syracuse 70.3, and she came in that next week after completing the race, and I was like, so are we going to sign up for a full Ironman? She's like, not a chance. It'll never happen. Don't even bring it up again. And, she finished towards the end of the pack. She was one of the last people who crossed the line, but really exciting. She met a life goal, and she was pretty happy with that. Fast forward now, several years later, we're talking 4 or 5 years later, and I somehow, and I'm not still sure to this day how I was able to do this, kept nagging her basically over and over and over again that we need to sign up to do Ironman Lake Placid together. And I told her I'd work with her every step of the way. We've got this training program, the master formula for reaching your genetic potential. We've got the Peak Fit Pro that we can use from an endurance standpoint and a strength standpoint. I told her she'll be stronger and faster than she's ever been in her entire life. And it did. It worked. I guess I can be a little bit influential sometimes. She trusted me. We started moving forward, and you'll see the numbers below. A lot of her numbers for several of her lifts doubled and tripled significantly. Massive improvements in her endurance capability, in her strength, and most important piece is that it's crossing over into all the other aspects of triathlon for her, with her swimming faster and longer than she ever has before. She's biking faster, putting out more power, and running better than she ever has in her life. And it's very exciting when you can see a scenario where a 55-year-old being able to push beyond barriers when she didn't think that she could, and actually competing in an Ironman. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm so excited for her and the kind of results that she had. Gonna actually put those numbers right underneath the video so you can see the exact progression that she's had with those numbers. And then I'll fill in one other short case study for you so that you understand that this isn't just for the high-end athlete. I also use it with 80 and 90-year-olds in the office so that they can actually get the most out of their body. Now, this particular patient, her name is Liz. She is 82 years old in the office, and kind of heavy set, not really the pinnacle picture in your mind that you might think of somebody who's just in great shape. No, actually nowhere close to that, and just having a hard time getting around, getting up and down stairs, walking pretty slowly, and kind of unsure of her gait and her steadiness, which, as you might realize, you start getting 80, 90 years old, and your balance isn't quite there. You can't get around as much. Some unfortunate things can happen. You could have a fall that could be absolutely disastrous, and maybe even spiral into a death, which would be incredibly unfortunate. So we lifted together, and I'll give you one number. I'll put that down on the screen for you so that you can actually see it in writing. Her leg press alone in 12 weeks went from 237 pounds to 673 pounds in the matter of 12 weeks. Coming close to tripling her leg strength in 12 weeks. What does that mean for somebody who's 82 years old, who can now balance a lot better, who can go on longer walks, walk up and down stairs, walk around the grocery store, go for a walk and enjoy nature? It's a much improved quality of life. All right? Nobody wants to be 80 or 90 years old just for the sake of hitting a number. You want to be able to live life to your fullest still and have a quality of life. If you've got to be wheeled around in a wheelchair, it's just not necessarily the quality of life that we're looking for. All right? We want it to be happy and vibrant, energetic, and be able to get around and live and go see the world and do the things that we want to be able to do. And this is just a perfect example of its safety, that I can use it safely to get amazing results with higher end athletes, and I can have the safety involved and get amazing results with a much older population, whether it's going to be for rehab in the office or just helping an 80-something-year-old be able to actually get to their current genetic potential to be as strong as they possibly can at that age very safely. And the cool thing is, she didn't have to change her clothes in the office. She was done in a matter of 5 minutes tops, 5 to 10 minutes if we got talking a little bit, and seeing some of the best results and the biggest strength that she's had in her entire life. Just very exciting. And again, the numbers will be right below for you. And I'm so thankful that you were able to join me today. What I want you to do is to look forward to tomorrow. Okay, we're going to get into that much deeper about the actual program now that they all follow to get the results, whether you're going to do it on those short burst intensity levels to get your maximum strength capability, or if you're somebody who wants to build in that endurance component. We're going to talk about the exact program that I follow myself and follow with a lot of my patients and helping them. And we're not cherry picking it. We're talking everybody's results who do this when they go to double and triple their strength with every single lift that they do. We're talking full body, every muscle fiber in the body that we can train, and doubling and tripling a lot of those lifts. Very exciting. I can't wait for you to join me tomorrow. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you there. Have a great day.